Lance Hall here for Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. Happy to welcome a couple of members of Manora to the show today. We have Mirte, who is the vocalist, and Ivo, who is the guitarist for the Netherlands-based band. Their new album, Brave the Storm, has been out for a little while. How is everyone doing today?
I'm doing good. Yeah, actually a bit tired, but yeah, I'm doing really well.
Excellent. Ivo and I were chatting there for a second. It's getting late in the day over where you guys are.
Yes, it's 9 in the evening now. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Brave the Storm, how this album came to be. Was this something that was written before, during, after all the pandemic stuff? How did that come about?
Well, well, normally it's Mirte and Arthur doing this, so we're not really a team yet with interviews. So let's me start with this. I think it's more a process over the years. We after the EP in 2017, we already had some songs finished. They just weren't finished before the EP. They just didn't made it, let's say. We originally it was planned much earlier, this CD, but we just took our time. Of course, we all have a job and a busy life, family life. So we just took our time to finish it. And of course, this pandemic, it's for us. It was great. We weren't extracted by having gigs and other things. We just could focus completely on this album, which was great.
Yeah, because usually we would rehearse for a gig and then for the next gig and for the next gig, so you never have really the time to focus on actually playing your new songs in the rehearsal room. And now we had all the time for that. So that was it's of course not a very nice situation as a band, this pandemic, but for us the timing was was pretty okay.
Yeah. You talked about how some of the songs weren't ready for the EP, but you also remixed and remastered a couple of songs that were on the EP to include on Brave the Storm, namely Dream Shapes and Endgame, correct?
Yes. Yeah, we felt like those were our favorite songs from the EP, and also we hear a lot of positive reactions of those songs, and we were like, because for the EP we did everything ourselves, or actually Ivo did everything, all of the mixing and the mastering, but he had no previous experience with that. So it was like a learning process while he was doing it. And so we really wanted to re-release these songs with our current knowledge, and also mixed and mastered by a professional, to really make the song as good as possible.
Cool. I also read when I was researching, and I can point this sort of towards Ivo at first, when it comes to the songwriting process, it's music first, then lyrics. You come up with a guitar riff or a melody line or something, and then the lyrics build off of that.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's most of the time it starts with some kind of vocal line, or just some music in my head, and I just start recording with my guitar, and I can also play some synths. Not as good as Arthur, but good enough to
make a basic idea.
Yeah, to picture the idea for him. And from there it starts. In the past I was much more into having trying to record it as complete as possible already, and learned with the group we have that it's just good enough to have a really basic idea, and then I send it around, and Mirte, she does her magic with the voice, and Arthur with his synths, and it all comes together in the rehearsal room.
Now, Mirte, do you mainly write most of the lyrics?
Yeah, most of the lyrics are mine, except for the ones that were written before I joined the band in 2016.
Okay.
So there are some songs, like for example, Endgame, I didn't write those. That was written by the previous singer.
Okay.
And the ballad, so The Heavens Are a Picture Frame, are actually Arthur's lyrics, and also The Traveler, he wrote those lyrics. And I wrote the rest of it. So mainly me, yeah.
So when it comes to lyrics, like you hear the music, how do you build off of that to develop a lyric? Do you have, you know, an idea in your head? Are you one of these people who writes off experiences, or something you read, or something you hear, or something like that?
Yeah, I take my inspiration from a lot of different sources. So it could come from my own life. It could be like a book or something I read, or a movie. It could be anything really, something I read in the news. And mostly I don't have already an idea of what I'm gonna write the lyrics about. I just listen to the demo that's there of the song, and then it's kind of just a feeling of what would fit there in like vocal lines. So I have this vocal melody in my head. Most of the times it starts with that, and also just a few words that I think fit really well to the melody. And then from there, it actually becomes, it gets a subject, and the rest just kind of flows out of me.
Very cool. Let's jump into a couple of the tracks from the album. I took some notes on a few. The Traveler I really loved. I gotta admit, you fooled me on the opening. At first, I thought it was supposed to have the sound of like a vinyl record, but then I realized it's like rain, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you kind of fooled me on that for a little bit, but I love that track. Do either one of you want to expand at all on how that one came about?
Yeah, I can tell something about it. The Traveler is for the instrumental part, it's quite an old song. I wrote it years ago, and we never really used it for the simple fact that our all previous drummers couldn't play it in this tempo, in this double bass speed. Let's say it was quite challenging for most of them, and our drummer we have now, Tiny, he's faster than the previous drummer. So, and it's really we finished it, and this CD it's a puzzle. So it fitted perfectly between the other songs. And when it was finished, when it came from the guy who did mixing and mastering, he also doing a little bit of additional things, and he put this rain thing in it, and then the idea came across that the end of the first song with this vinyl cracking sounds, it was more or less similar to this rain. So it was really nice to have those songs next to each other.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of when you're just listening to it, you're still thinking that you're listening to the first song, and it's already the second one who has started. So
yeah, it was very cool. Did you pay a lot of attention to sequencing, or was this up to the mixing and mastering guy, or did the band have input on the sequencing of the album as well?
We came up with it mainly. We would just listen to the separate songs, and then in different orders, and this felt the best. So we did take it into account. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as Ivo mentioned, it was kind of like a puzzle, you know. So
Yeah.
you had to get the pieces in place. Wired to Obey is a great track. I love the video for it. I like the sci-fi elements in it. Are you guys big sci-fi fans? Science fiction fans?
Yeah, well, not like fantasies were my thing, but I do enjoy science fiction as well. Yeah, yeah. We wanted to we like that to have a bit of a different sound, just not all just violins and stuff like that, but also a bit futuristic sounds. Yeah, we felt like that was nice to add.
Now that's also the first video the band has ever made, correct?
Yeah. Yes, yes, we're really really happy with it. It was a great experience. It was a bit of a struggle to get it done with COVID, because you couldn't be in the same room with a lot of people. So we had to also we filmed every person separately for that reason as well. So we're really glad that we got that done during the pandemic, and also with the end result. We're really really happy with it.
Yeah, very cool. Do we have any other videos coming down for any other songs on the album?
I mean, I would like to, but you know, it costs a bit of money, so
yeah.
we'll see how the album sales go, and then
the other track I want to bring in while we're talking about Wired to Obey is Another Destiny, sort of a fate and destination, you know, lyric that I interpreted as that. It seemed like those two songs were sort of like sister songs as I was listening to them with the message and the way of songs. And am I hearing anything correct in that, or is that just me and my interpretation?
You mean in the lyrics, or?
Yeah, with Wired to Obey and Another Destiny, we're sort of like, to me, sort of sister songs, you know? Maybe it was just me.
No, not lyric wise, not really. I think Another Destiny is more on a personal level, like feeling attached to someone who's not good for you. And Wired to Obey is more on a broader scale, like a societal scale. Yeah.
Okay. I want to jump back to one other track too. Break Your Fall. Ivo, killer solo. And I'm a guitar solo guy, and your solo in Break Your Fall I thought was fantastic. Where do you draw inspiration from for solos? Who influences you on guitar and stuff like that when it came to playing?
Ooh, yeah. To be honest, I'm not practicing that hard anymore as I did in the past. I'm nowadays more focusing on writing complete songs and not on doing soloing. To be honest, I'm a bit lazy. In the past, I for this one I really had to practice because I had it in my mind how I want to play it, and the first part, it's when I tried the first time, I thought, oh, okay, this this needs some time. Yeah, in the past, who was giving me inspiration? The thing is, when I was starting as a guitar player, I was a big Dream Theater fan.
Okay.
So and actually, when I started guitar playing, my first goal was to play songs from Dream Theater. That's where I started with. That's not really the way to start, I think, but
not the easiest.
Not really easy.
Definitely, yeah, ambitious, you know.
Oh yeah, too ambitious. I learned a lot, but it was too ambitious. But nowadays, yeah, I'm looking more to the bigger picture. I mean, I'm not a guitar player who wants to have 3 solos or 5 minutes in a song. I just want to write a great song.
Yeah.
I'm more a composer than a guitar player. That's how I see myself these days. And I'm still, when I hear other bands like, let's say, a great Dutch band, Epica. those solo work, it looks so easy how these guys are doing this, and yeah, I really need to practice really hard when I to get to this level, let's say, and to stay at this level. That's the most important, I think.
Indeed. Track 8, The Heavens Are a Picture Frame. Now, you mentioned earlier this Art wrote this song?
Arthur
Yeah.
wrote it. Yeah, he wrote the lyrics for it. Yeah.
Gorgeous song. Probably my favorite track on the album, particularly musically. It really took me away and stuff. Love that track. Fantastic stuff. And then A Beautiful Tragedy, I thought was a fantastic closer. Ivo, again, your solo was fantastic in that. And the spoken word part. I love those elements when they are brought into a song. Can you tell us a little bit about A Beautiful Tragedy?
Well, yeah, you can start a bit with how it starts. This one, it started because I was just playing with one of my plugins. So plugins is where we get those brass things from, and other
All the
additional orchestra and choirs and stuff. And I was playing with this children choir. That's what we're starting with, and it is and yeah. Then from one idea the other comes, and then this riff came in, and yeah, sometimes songs goes, yeah, they are progressing quite fast. This one was one of them. At the end, it's a quite long song, because when I came to this middle part, and we had this orchestral thingy in the middle, in my head I hear this storyteller telling a whole story, and to picture it, I took something from a movie trailer.
Oh, nice.
Scarlett Johansson.
Well, hey,
we were still thinking to give her credits in the album.
Yeah, there was the demo version was just an announcement for a movie. I don't even know which movie it was.
Me neither, but I still remember this Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
And yeah, from that we there's a website with you can buy voices. People, you just send a text and people.
I think it's called Fever.
Yeah.
And you can actually come into contact with people who like lend their voice to record something you want them to record. So we found a nice lady with a British accent, and we thought it was really nice.
Huh. Very cool. Very cool. I want to do a little bit of This Is Your Life for a few minutes. I'll start with Ivo. You started playing drums at 7, but then you discovered your dad's guitar in the attic, and that's where it all changed for you.
Yeah. I don't know why. Sometimes I'm still I tried to drums a few times after that, a few years ago, after the drum kit of our drummer, but I didn't regret that I gave up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just how it went. I had a drum kit, and I was not really progressing, and then I found the guitar, and at that time I found it more interesting to play with that. It's a bit of the boring story how it is.
Were you self-taught, or did you take any lessons?
Yeah, self-taught, but also took some lessons. But I had to do this skills every week, and I was not really motivated. Yeah. I was not really motivated to do all those exercises. I just want to. Just bought those books that time. You didn't have internet.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
With the songs, or you just. I had a tape recorder, and you could play the song slowly, from that you try to figure them out. So that's a bit where I learned the most, I think.
Yeah. What was the moment that, say, when you started playing drums first? What was the moment that led you to want to pick up drumsticks and try to play? Did you see a band, hear a concert, something like that, or was it just something that sort of happened organically?
No, my dad, is also playing some guitar and some drums and some keyboards. He's doing all the. He's not really playing anymore, but in the past he played a bit from all, and he also at some point he could buy a drum kit very cheap from someone in the neighborhood, and he bought it, and yeah, the thing was standing there, and I grabbed the drumsticks and start making some noise. So that's a bit how it went.
Very cool. Now, Mirte, you had musical parents. You took piano lessons. You started singing at a young age in choirs and in school and stuff. But I understand you were very, very shy until you hit about 16 and started doing some singing lessons.
Yes. Yeah, so I never really dared to sing really loudly until I took singing classes, and that actually started because I was in a band we wanted to start. I was a fan of Within Temptation and bands like that, and another few friends of mine as well. So we wanted to start a band, but we didn't really know how to do all this stuff. So we kind of sucked, but that got me interested in discovering my singing voice a bit further. And then I started taking singing classes, and we also did performances with that. So I got a bit more used to the stage every time. And then I discovered that I really liked it, and I was actually really getting more confidence in that. So it actually helped me in getting less shy. Yeah.
You were in some cover bands as well?
Yes.
What was some of your... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was in one actual cover band. Well, I tried some bands, but they stopped after 2 rehearsals. But I was in a cover band. We did songs by Nightwish and by Evanescence, Epica, all of those bands. Yeah.
What were some of your favorite songs to cover?
I think we covered Storytime by Nightwish, which was really ambitious because we didn't really know how to use any plugins or anything. We didn't do a backing track as well, so it sounded really empty, I think. But it was one of my favorite songs to sing.
Yeah, very cool. I understand during quarantine you tried to jump back on your piano and get reacquainted with that instrument.
Yeah, but I must say I do have a lot of hobbies. So I also sing in a choir, and I have dancing classes.
Wow.
So I don't still, even in quarantine, I didn't really have as much time as I wanted. But I'm making some progress with my piano skills. But also, like Ivo said, doing the whole scales and anything, like the boring stuff, it really annoys me because I just want to play songs I like.
Yeah. And you're a bit of a gamer as well, I understand.
Yes. Yeah, I still do that. I did all the, actually, A Beautiful Tragedy, I wanted to say that earlier, but I forgot. A Beautiful Tragedy is actually inspired by like a side quest in The Witcher 3.
Okay.
So I played that at the time I was writing a lot of the lyrics. So that's also an inspiration for me.
Excellent. That's cool. I saw the video of the piano version of Break Your Fall that you guys did as well. That was amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.
Your voice on that. You two also both mentioned how you had, jobs and stuff. Ivo, you work for the a European Space Agency. Did I read that right?
Well, yeah, I'm working at the European Space Agency as a contractor, so not for the European Space Agency. That's the official story, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm developing PCBs and all kind of electronics. It's really fun. Actually,
Yeah.
I was still working just before this this meeting with you guys. I had to finish something for tomorrow, so.
Okay. I'll try not to tie you up too much longer.
Oh no worries, no worries. No, yeah, but that's really fun. I have an electronic background, which is good for me because I'm able to repair my own amplifiers and stuff. So
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And Mirte, you're a research assistant in a hospital. You're also a dietitian.
Yeah, so first I studied to become a dietitian, but I noticed that in my internship, I noticed that that really wasn't for me, the whole like one-on-one meetings with someone and just telling someone what to do in like a meeting of 15 minutes. So I actually did a master's in health research, so health sciences, and now I'm indeed working in as a research assistant, and I really want to do a PhD next year. So hopefully that will also happen.
Very cool. Very cool. You guys both talked about how doing the fundamentals of what you need to do with like scales, Ivo with your guitar, Mirte with your vocals and everything. I also saw pictures where you guys are like signing CDs, endless CDs and stuff like that. Do you try and make that fun, or is that just sort of just something that you just get through?
Well, I think it wasn't. I mean, it's always at this stage it's still kind of fun, I think, because it's amazing to see how many people want a signed CD of your band.
Right. Yeah.
So for me, it's still, and also it's not 1,000 or anything. It's just, I think we had around 80 CDs to sign.
Okay.
And we did it like with, well, I did, Arthur and I and Ivo were actually together that day. So it wasn't, yeah, it was, I didn't find it annoying.
It looked like a lot of CDs in the picture.
It was a lot, yeah.
Talk about your website. It's www.manora not slash I don't know what that's called there.
Yeah. What's that called?
Like what's that?
.nl.
Yeah.
Manora,
band.nl. Then there's like it's not a slash, it's like this band.nl. So on Facebook and Bandcamp as well. Any live gigs coming up at all? How are things over there as far as playing live? Is it open back up at all? Do you have anything planned, or?
We had our release show, I think, 3 weeks ago. So I'm really glad that was happening. Like the country was opening up again, and it was really great to finally be able to play after like 1.5 years for an audience. It was also a full house that day, so it was really nice. And we were supposed to perform at a festival here, Women in Rock, last weekend, but the Dutch government decided to cancel all concerts again immediately. So that was unfortunately canceled, and that is until this lockdown is until the 4th of December. But we kind of expect, because the amount of infections are not dropping quickly. So I expect it to be longer, the lockdown. Okay. So it's a bit tricky to plan things at the moment. Yeah.
Same thing over here, unfortunately, right now. Let's hope everything gets back to normal soon, very more sooner than later, Yeah. So but anyway, this is a fantastic album. I enjoyed listening to it. I love the video for Wired to Obey, the different soundscapes. Again, Ivo, your guitar, like I said, being the guitar solo guy that I am, there are a couple of solos on here that really really lit my fire. Mirte, I love the vocal work on this, and the other players as well. The keys and the drums and everything were just a fantastic album. Is there anything we didn't get to talk about? Any questions I didn't ask either one of you that you'd like to have a chance to bring up?
I don't know. I think you've asked a lot of questions, and yeah.
Cool.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. There's
All
nothing crossing my mind at the moment.
All right.
Missing.
I'll ask a couple of what I call my silly questions to end things. I'm hoping these are questions you've never been asked. Sound good?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'll start with Mirte, and then I'll go to Ivo. So one of you will sort of have the upper hand in this because you know what question it is, but just try and be as spontaneous as you can. Mirte, favorite toy growing up as a child?
Favorite toy? I think a Barbie.
All right.
It was really
Ivo, did you?
Favorite toy?
Yes.
Well, the one that I can remember that I really enjoyed was Blocktronics.
Okay. Yep. Very cool. All right, Ivo, if you could speak any language instantly, what would it be?
Spanish.
All right. Mirte.
Finnish, I
Finnish.
think. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Mirte, if you could pick a television show to have a Manora song placed in, what show would you pick?
Oh, I don't know. Stranger Things?
Okay. How about you, Ivo?
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern? Okay.
Is this guy still having a show?
He still does a show, sure. Yeah.
I watched
Absolutely.
it years ago. It was on the somewhere on the Dutch television. They broadcasted it, and I was watching it every time. But it's more than 15 years ago. But it was
Yeah.
always fun. So
Yeah, oh, definitely. You would have fun on the Howard Stern show. Definitely. Absolutely. Given your choice of household chores, Ivo, would you rather do dishes or the laundry?
dishes.
Dishes? How about you, Mirte?
For me, the laundry.
All right, Mirte, if you could go back in time and have your mom cook one of your favorite meals from your childhood, what would you have her prepare?
Lasagna.
Lasagna? How about you, Ivo?
Ooh, Indonesian food.
Indonesian food? Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. Ivo, what is one basic item you always carry with you on tour? And I'm not talking about guitar strings or picks or something like that. An item that when you're going to go out and do a show has got to go in your travel bag.
Ooh, that's a good one. What's in my... A bottle of water.
Bottle of water? Okay.
Yeah.
Mirte.
I have this the kind of special straw that
Okay.
I do vocal warm-up with. That always goes in my bag.
Very cool. Last one, and this is the one we have the most fun with. Mirte, if they were to make a biopic of your life, what actress would you have play you? And it's your movie, your life. You can pick anybody.
Oh, damn. I really like Emma Stone.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Very beautiful girl. Ivo, how about you?
Ooh, I can remember his name. This guy from Tenacious D.
Oh,
Jack Black?
Jack Black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Very
Kyle.
cool.
I'm looking more like Kyle. But
Well, this has been a lot of fun to chat with both of you this afternoon where I am, evening where you are. Once again, we have been talking with Mirte and Ivo, guitarist and vocalist for the band Manora. Their album Brave the Storm is out now, available just about everywhere, right? Do you have it available to buy through the website or anything, or should people still go to like Amazon or anything like that?
No, through our website you can buy it. Yeah.
Okay, definitely go to the website then, the Manora band.nl and
Yes.
order it up. Very good.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get out on tour and get to play some live, and we look forward to that as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
both so much for your time today.
You're welcome, and
you.
thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Same to
Bye-bye.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.